Before perimenopause, I never had to think about dieting. If my weight crept up a little, I just ate less for a few days or moved a bit more. In my early 40s, I did the exact same things I did before, but my body started to change slowly. My waist softened, my clothes fit differently, and the scale started to creep up. What I didn't realize at that time was that the rules had already changed. The first mistake I made was that I was underfueling my body. For years, I believed I was doing the right things. I didn't eat breakfast at all. I just had tea in the morning. Lunch was usually something light, some soup, greens, maybe lentils with a small amount of chicken or sausages. And dinner was often a platter, cheese, ham, or cold cuts, yogurt, some eggs, and vegetables. This did work for me in my 20s and 30s. But in perimenopause, I couldn't see the full picture. Skipping breakfast meant I started the day already behind. My first meal was around 1 p.m., which made it almost impossible for me to eat enough food, especially enough protein, over the rest of the day. And on top of that, cold cuts, sausages, ham, or the natural yogurt have very little actual protein in them. I was eating only around 50 grams of protein a day. For a perimenopausal woman, that's just not enough. Your muscles are your metabolic engine. They burn energy even when you are sitting on the sofa. But in perimenopause, declining estrogen makes the body less efficient at using protein to build and maintain muscle. This makes perimenopause and menopause weight loss much harder. The fix wasn't perfection. It was eating enough. Even though I was eating what used to be enough, my body needed more support. I started eating breakfast because it gave me the foundation for the day, and it allowed me to spread protein across the whole day. I also swapped processed cuts for real meat, roasted chicken, and turkey slices. I chose Greek yogurt over regular low-fat yogurts, and I gradually built my meals around protein instead of adding it at the end. I planned a minimum of 30 grams of protein into every meal. Once I was properly fueled, everything else became easier. My hunger settled, my energy stabilized, and my body finally had what it needed to respond again. And the number on the scale started to move as well. The second mistake I made was believing that being generally active was enough. I skied in winter, I walked and hiked in summer, I did yoga and joined exercise classes. From the outside, I looked like I was very active, always moving. And again, this had worked for me for years before. So I thought doing just a bit more of the same would be enough to shift the belly fat and lose weight in perimenopause. But in midlife, movement for leisure or general busyness is just not enough. I wasn't progressively challenging my muscles and I wasn't building strength. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, and in perimenopause and menopause, as estrogen declines, muscle loss and fat gain will increase. If we don't challenge our muscles with some form of resistance, weights, bands, or even structured bodyweight exercises, the body will let that muscle go. Leisure movement won't stop that. Only intentional resistance training will. So the fix for me was starting to train with weights and intention. My training wasn't perfect at the start, and probably still isn't. But over time, I improved my form, I have added more structure, and I am progressively increasing the weights I'm using. Since I shifted my focus from leisure exercises to structured and consistent trainings, my body composition started to change. And finally, my third mistake was my automatic panic response to eat less and move more. Whenever I noticed my body changing, my instinct was always the same. I will just eat less and move more. I will go to more exercise classes or start running. And to be fair, this strategy works well in your 20s and 30s. But in midlife, this strategy quietly turns against you. When you undereat and overmove, especially on top of an already busy and demanding midlife, your body interprets that as a form of threat. As a result, your stress hormone cortisol goes up, which will encourage fat storage, especially visceral fat, the deep fat around the organs in the abdominal area. Cortisol also raises blood sugar levels, which triggers more insulin release. This further encourages the body to store more fat. The shift for me was moving away from eat less and move more to eat right and move right. I started to fuel properly with enough protein, fat, fiber, and carbs. And I trained with intention and structure. That's when my body started working with me and my shape finally changed. My perimenopause weight dropped, my belly fat disappeared, and I built muscle. And even more importantly, my overall metabolic health improved, my cardiovascular fitness improved, and my body felt stable again. If you recognize yourself in any of this, the undereating, the busyness with leisure exercises, the instinct to eat less and move more, you are simply using old rules on a changing body. The habits that kept you healthy and in shape for decades may no longer be enough. If you found this video helpful, hit like so more women in midlife can find it, and subscribe for more realistic hormone-smart habits to support your midlife health, hormones, and weight. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.